Hey everyone, it's Mari Clark here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating a card today using the gorgeous In Full Bloom stamp set. I'm just going to show you this gorgeous floral framed stamp and the lovely sentiments that are also part of this set, including the sentiment, the earth laughs and flowers, a kind word is like a spring day, a flower blooms for its own joy, he has made everything beautiful in its time. Thank you for your kindness. Live life in full bloom. And where flowers bloom, so does hope. There's also a companion die that you can get to go along with the set. The die cuts out the outline of the florals, and also you can cut out that geometric center part as well. Just love this stamp set as part of the April release at Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to start off here with some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I'm going to stamp out this floral image onto some Neenah 80-pound solar white cardstock. I'm using my Misty repositionable stamping tool here, and I've got the floral image on the door of the Misty. I'm just going to ink it up with my Memento Tuxedo black ink and stamp onto that white cardstock. I'm using that ink because it is a Copic friendly ink, and I am going to be doing some Copic marker coloring on these floral images today. So I'm just going to swing that door over and get a nice impression on my white cardstock, and I'll be ready to start coloring. I'm just doing a really simple 3-color blend here. I'm using R81, R83, and R85. I'm coloring the whole image with the lightest color, the R81. Then I'm going in with the darkest color, the R85, into the kind of like the shadow and darker areas. And then I go in with the R83 and blend that out and finish off with a little bit of R81 to just blend everything nicely. And I'm just showing you this one flower piece here, or this one bloom, and then I'm just going to go ahead off camera and finish coloring the rest of the flowers, because it's basically exactly the same as what I'm doing for this one. And I will show you the leaves as well, or a couple of the leaves, and just because there's a few little bits of foliage here and there in this beautiful floral frame. And of course these are peonies, and peonies are absolutely my very most favorite flower. I love peonies so much. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of a Sarah Barnhart, although maybe just a little bit more of a deeper pink. And now I'm going in with my YG greens in YG23 and YG25 and YG45. And I'll just go in with the lightest first, then put in some of the darker in the shadow areas. And here you can just see that I'm finishing up this beautiful floral frame. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now I will go in with the RV, with an RV69, and that's actually called Peony. And I'm going to color the little tiny berries around the flower with this really dark, rich red violet. I guess it's an RV color. So now I'm just going to take that companion frame die and cut out the center and the perimeter of the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and take my purple tape and tape those dies onto the cardstock. I did cut out the floral edge first, and now I'm going to cut out that center part. And I'm also going to cut out the center part of my card base that I'm going to be using for my card today, with the same pass of the cutting machine where I'm cutting out the center of the floral area. Now I'm going to use the Polygon Thin Frames die. This is a new die set as well, as part of the April release. And what this creates when you run it through your cutting machine is all of these, like just a whole bunch of little frames. And this largest one matches up perfectly with the polygon center of this this little floral area. So I went ahead and cut that frame from some pink glitter cardstock, and I also cut out the same shape from some white cardstock as well with the In Full Bloom die, and that's going to go on the inside of my card. Now I want to put a sentiment onto that inside of my card area there, and so I'm going to stamp out the sentiment with some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and that is going to be my sentiment for my card. I'm going to just do a little bit of clear heat embossing over top of that. So I'm going to take my embossing powder in clear. I'm just going to put that over top of that Nocturne ink. And that's going to stick to the ink, and then I'll heat that up with my heat tool and melt it, and it will just create a nice raised shiny surface, a little bit of extra detail to my sentiment area. And I really like how this looks when it's all finished up. So I'm just going to melt that embossing powder, get that all nicely melted, and adhere that to the inside. So what I'll do is just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that white cardstock, put it through that little die cut area in the center just to make sure that it's perfectly lined up. Then I popped up that floral piece on a little bit of foam adhesive, and now I'm going to glue my frame onto the front of my card, and that'll finish off the main parts of my card front. I'm also going to round the corners of my card, and I'm going to use a little bit of the Nouveau shimmer to create a little bit of shimmer and shine. I've also added a few little sequins on my card, and that is my card for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure that you check out the links in the description box below to the Honeybee shop, where you can find all of the amazing products in this April release, the 5th anniversary of Honeybee Stamps. Make sure you check out Honeybee and all of the other social media platforms, and have an amazing day, and I'll see you here another time. Bye-bye.